Okay.
So we is tonight is definitely going to be about Brene because
Heartbeat.
cyber stalking coming up, and then what I think that they about to do with his account that I already shared with you.
Yeah. You got a heartbeat, fool. You got to see who said it to you so you can
Oh,
see.
hey, Lady B, thank you, baby. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Welcome in. So before we get started, how was your day?
Oh, my day was cool. Chill, but got some stuff done. And it was all right, for Saturday. It feels weird. It don't feel like it's ain't feel like it was a Saturday. That's why I was doing stuff.
Ooh,
Oh, for real?
your day don't sound like
I tell you how my day was peaceful and I get booed. Ain't that something?
boo.
How was your day then?
My
Since
day
you got your
was
degree.
I was in the I was resting all day today.
Yeah.
So remember I always say that I don't think that my issue, like I don't have the symptoms that the very many people would have, like the normal high fuzz. I'm thinking I have the other thing. Thank you for liking the live, Jay Precious.
What's the other thing?
Headaches, that little kind of stuff,
Oh yeah. Yeah.
kind of thing. I'm thinking that's probably pretty much what I got.
Yeah.
So I got to deal with it. So look, what is it about Brene before we go? So tonight we're gonna be doing, in case y'all come in here, this is what we're gonna be doing tonight. We're going to go over the cyber stalking case. We're gonna talk to our friends how we do. Y'all know how I do the podcast, and then how if you have any questions, you can ask direct questions about that. And then we're gonna go over Timmy's little twitch and what I really think that's about, and how I think it's going to end up playing into everything. So we're gonna do that. But what's so funny to me from looking at her videos, Brene's videos recent, and I don't like to look at her videos. I was not going to look at her videos because we've been talking about other stuff.
Yeah.
We've been talking about other stuff. We've been talking about, we got a lot of stories. Like I got probably 10 stories for tomorrow for us to really be talking about.
Okay.
But when I looked at it today, because of what I believe is happening, it's funny how she act like bills don't exist.
Yeah. I mean, she delusional, like Delulu for real.
I mean, it just be like hilarious going to I think that was Medieval Times.
Oh, that's what she did today.
That was in it, I think the day before yesterday or something like that.
Oh my goodness.
Medieval Times.
I mean, just going to having a good old time.
So I guess you might as well have fun since you're in the last days.
Yeah, you ain't be able to keep it. You might as well try to burn through.
Yeah, you might as well. Like that. Since you're in the last days of it. Let's say Brene Tim's Twitch. That's ugly. Okay. So what I want to talk about the cyber stalking case, and I want to get into more details about that. And like I said, I also want to go into what I think is happening, and I'm going to ask our friends once we get into that part if I'm right and what can really happen as a result of that, like what I believe is getting ready to go down. Okay. One of the things though I see before we get into that, I feel like Brene is trying her hardest right now to rebrand. Hey, bro. Hi, honey. Hello. Welcome in. Thank y'all for liking the live so much. Thank you, single black librarian. Thank you, honey.
I love that name.
Me too.
We love the library.
Do you think that she's trying to rebrand herself? The reason why I say that is she has super dry content with the patches on the face, the moisturizer and all of that. Do you think that she's trying to rebrand herself and go back into what she used to do? Like, I feel like she's listening to us, because I remember what I was saying when I was first started even talking about this. I was saying that she was boring. And back in the day, she would like dance and all that kind of stuff. And I feel like she's trying to do that again right now.
Is she dancing again?
So she's not really dancing, but she's like, okay, like you can tell she's 5 seconds from it. Now, of course, the writ of execution came in. So, it may not really be nothing to dance about now, but I feel like she may be rebranding. What do you think?
She could be rebranding. I don't know if it's a rebrand so much as just trying to hang on to whatever little hip hop she got left, because it ain't but so much you could talk about. Don't nobody really want to see you and Tim, and it's not giving. Like the couple videos I saw with her, she'll do day in the life of or cooking and all that. He be in the background. He not even paying attention to her.
No.
He in his phone, like, so that ain't gonna work. So
Right.
you're not gonna be able to, do stuff with my baby and me type stuff because he ain't there for it.
Right. You're right.
I
You're
feel
right.
like she's really trying to just do what she could do with the little bit she got left to do it with.
Whatever she can do with what she can
Yeah.
do. Oh, Jay Precious said yes. She thinks she's trying to rebrand. Hi, Monique. Welcome in, my love. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We are going to be going over the cyber stalking case, and we're going to be talking about it with our friends. Y'all know how I set up the podcast. I go in and we can ask specific questions about not only the case, but also what she's facing in terms of time, if any. And then we're going to go into what I feel like is Timmy's little plan. Okay, what their plan is. It's something that's sitting in the back of my head. And at first I wasn't going to say this, but I'm like, I know Robin is thinking about that. So I'd rather say it and then be thinking of it in the event it happens. But I'm almost 100% sure that she's already thinking about this because it just ain't adding up. Hey, Kenya, welcome, honey. Welcome, welcome.
If she's not thinking about it, if she possibly hear it, then she can prepare for it.
Right.
You feel me?
Right.
You feel me? Yeah.
So thank you, KD. Thank you, baby. I appreciate you. Set me off right. Thank you, honey. Thank y'all for liking the
live. Please like the live. We appreciate it.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. And you remember this? This is dumb. But y'all remember when they try to pretend that he was her manager?
Oh my God, you said that.
Huh?
You said that. This was before I was watching it. Hey, Lady B.
Do y'all remember that? Tell me if y'all remember the time that he tried, because this is how it ended up getting into the news the way it got into the news. If I'm not mistaken, it really started when he started going with her alone to trips when they were still married, and when they were still call themselves being married to their prospectus. A single black library said, yep. It was so goofy. Like, the more and more you think about the absurdities of this case, the more and more layers it have. Like, the fact that y'all were trying to deny, okay, if it was totally innocent, it was nothing to be done, then why are y'all lying and pretending that you're his manager?
So they could spend time together, justify that. I'm a manager, so, Lloyd, whatever he managing to do with her, it would be justified for him being around her and not all four of them.
It's just hilarious to me. I don't know. Like, when I started thinking about it, and I was looking over some of the things that happened in court, I'm thinking to myself, the manager is just, of all things, that is the ridiculousness of it. Okay, so let's get started. We're going to be going over, the first thing I want to talk about and have our friends answer is the questions about the cyber stalking case itself. As we know that it's coming up. What's the date again, Sharice?
It should be December. Is it December 9th? I think it's December 9th. Yeah. Oh, you got to heart me.
Thank you, baby. Who gave it to me? Who gave it to me? Who gave it to me? Who gave me the heart me? Kenya, thank you, baby. I appreciate you. 12-9. Right. Okay, so let's go like it's class. Right. Good job. Good job. Okay. We're going to start off with the cyber stalking, and then we're going to ask our friend questions that we may have. Okay. And then after that, we're going to go into Timmy's little twitch.
Thank you, Lady B, for the heart me. I appreciate it.
So let me start this, because I got some questions. Do you have questions?
Not yet.
Okay, you probably will.
Yeah. After basically when they're breaking it down, I probably will.
Okay.
Thank you, Nisha, for the follow. I appreciate it.
Okay. Thank you, Kristen, for liking it live. Hey, Jim. Hi, Nisha. Thank you for following me, baby. I appreciate you. Thank you. Oh, thank you for the daily heart me, baby. I appreciate it.
Harassment. That's right. And our mission today is surgical. We're not interested.
Okay, so what we're doing again, we're going over two things with our friends. And again, really what I do is I grab the court documents, put it into this generator, then prompt it to ask certain questions and be able to answer certain questions based off of what it is that we have. Correct. So that's what you're hearing right now. And so we're going to hear from the cyber stalking. And again, we're going to, after that, go into Timmy's little twitch.
In the hearsay, the online chatter, we are going straight to the documents.
The primary sources.
Exactly. A listener shared the arrest warrants, the court affidavits, and even the relevant state statutes from North Carolina. So we're going to use these to understand three key things.
Okay, before we do that, I want to make sure. Nisha, did I say thank you for the heart me? Did I thank Nisha for the heart me?
You thank Nisha for following you. I don't know if you thanked her for the heart me.
Thank you for the heart me, baby. Okay, again, if y'all have questions, make sure you scribble them down because while they're talking, I can answer the questions.
In real
That's
time.
the charge. What did the court believe was the criminal act?
Thank you,
And
baby.
maybe most importantly, what are the potential penalties if she's convicted?
And that's the right focus, because when a crime takes place completely on social media, the legal challenge is, well, it's defining that line between protected speech and actual criminal harassment.
Right.
Right.
So we're going to analyze
Right,
the
too.
formal allegations, pinpoint the specific law in this case, that's North Carolina GS 14 Brenay 6.3, and then map out the
And
full
before
sentencing
we,
structure.
as
by the
I
time
like
we're
to
done,
mention, we are not attorneys.
Oh, baby. We are not
We're just
attorneys.
nerds. And nerds know how to compile information and then get the answers from the places that have it. In this instance, AI. Because it's all the wealth of information. You just got to know how to prompt it.
you should have a really firm grasp of how state law is trying to adapt to digital life, and why this specific case isn't just about meme posts. It's about a targeted legal violation.
Okay, let's unpack this then, starting with the basics, the foundational facts.
Let's do it.
The formal complaint was filed by a woman named Akira Veneta Montague against the defendant, Brenay Kennard.
Angali.
And the charge filed in the district court
Ugly?
is, it's stark.
Okay, ugly?
The cyberstalking.
It's actually
Yeah, for
ANG-LEE.
Oh, okay.
I don't hate it.
Exactly. The warrant lists the date of
Thank
offense
you for liking
as
the live,
September
Asia.
4th,
Live, babies like it
2025.
live.
And the location, tellingly, is just one word, online.
Uh-huh.
Now, the affidavit lays out the specific claims from Akira,
Yeah.
and she wasn't vague. She claimed Brene, quote, harasses me constantly online and she bullies me. And she gave very specific examples, constantly using her name, posting about her personal life and pending cases. And even, this is interesting, showing up to locations that do not pertain to her.
And that combination.
Now, I want to pause on that because this is what a part of her cyber stalking case. And a lot of this stuff, guys, outside of her actually coming into places where she don't belong, came from like the people who were following this case. They were able to give Robin information in addition to the things that happen in real life. The biggest thing that I remember happening, I got a flash go, babies. Y'all can help me get
Yeah, I
it.
put mine up too. Help us get our flash goal.
One of the biggest places that she showed up, if y'all remember, was the graduation. It was, she showed up. Thank you, Kristen, baby. I appreciate you. Dang, y'all about to wipe that flash goal out. Thank you, Nisha.
That's right.
Thank you, Kristen. Thank you, Asia. Thank you, babies.
Go.
Y'all wiping that thing out. Thank you,
Yes,
Tanisha.
y'all.
I appreciate it. Oh my God. That is
Hey,
so
Marlisa.
cool. Thank you. So y'all remember June Jim. Thank you, June Jim. Sharice love when I say your name. Thank you, June Jim. If y'all remember, then she did the biggest thing was at the graduation when she came down to the graduation, and then not only came with Tim when it was supposed to be a moment for just family, she brought her family.
Right.
And all eyes, as a result, were drew onto her, and she tried to say, "If y'all don't want me to love the babies, you really love the babies by staying out the way." Yes, Kristen, you remember? So I just want to make sure that we know that's a part of what is happening when she's talking about cyber stalking.
Of online stuff and real world presence is crucial. A lot of
June Jim, I think so too, because in Akira's, although she didn't give a lot of details, she said that she has a USB or a file, a drive of all of the things. So there's so many other things that we don't know that happen. But here's the thing. I'm trying to figure out how much we'll learn, because I don't know if it's going to be a closed situation, because what's happening coming up is not the actual case. It's not the actual case. It's almost like a disposition. Matter of fact, I want to verify that, but this is not the real trial. This is going to be determining what's going to happen after this. If Brene is going to plead, if she's going to. So we're just trying to figure out what she's going to do in this upcoming thing. This is not the actual one yet. I don't know if y'all know that.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So are they going to do a grand jury? That's one of the
Well,
questions.
it's gonna be based off of what Winter said. Thank you, Nisha. Thank you, baby. I appreciate you. Winter CEO said that's accurate, right? So we're not doing the actual court, the actual trial on December 9th. We're trying to figure out what she's doing. She's gonna say I plead out if I'm gonna do this or whatever. We're gonna figure out which direction this case is going to go on December the 9th. Okay.
Got it.
these statutes require a pattern of behavior that causes, legitimate fear or severe emotional distress. But here's the piece of information that just immediately elevates this
Thank you,
case.
Nisha, for the hearts.
Akira told the police that this wasn't the first time. She already had a court order against Brene.
A restraining order.
A civil restraining order, yeah. The documents specifically note that it's not a domestic violence order, but it explicitly instructed the defendant to cease harassment of the plaintiff.
So the defendant was already on notice. This isn't just a new accusation. It's an alleged.
I'm going to pause right there because that's very important. I'll have them repeat it. This is very important. This is a misdemeanor. So it's not like it's a felony situation right now. The thing, though, that Brene has going against her is that they already told you to leave this woman alone. Okay? So although it was a misdemeanor, they told you to leave this woman alone. You basically say, fuck you, for all intents and purposes. And then as a result, now we got to figure out how it's going to move. So that's the difference. Had it just been the first cyberstalking case, who knows? But I feel like it's heavier because she was already told to leave the person or leave her alone. And she did. Very important.
Got it.
Violation of a court order.
It's an alleged, oh, wait, someone wants to join. Hey,
Yeah.
go for it.
Yes, can you repeat what you just said again, please?
Absolutely. I believe you're asking about the court order part, right?
Yeah, let's circle back to that.
Thank you,
specific
Winter.
detail because it's so important for understanding the current charge.
What's fascinating here is the context. Akira, the plaintiff, informed law enforcement that Brene, the defendant, was already under a specific judicial mandate.
A civil restraining order.
Correct. The original order explicitly told the defendant to cease harassment of the plaintiff. It was a clear previous instruction from the court.
So the current cyberstalking charge isn't just a new event. It's an alleged violation of that prior judicial mandate.
It's an alleged contempt of a prior judicial mandate. Exactly. And the police, they immediately recognized this.
When they filed the report, they didn't just classify it as simple harassment.
No, they put it under the category, all other offenses, court violations.
That distinction really changes the whole dynamic, doesn't it?
Oh, it strengthens the prosecution's case immensely. It helps establish willfulness, which is key to proving cyberstalking.
Okay, let's unpack this.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Criminal cyberstalking, the prosecutor has to show the defendant intended to cause distress.
Exactly. When someone is already under a court order telling them to stop doing something, and they allegedly keep doing that exact thing,
It's pretty hard to argue you didn't know it was wrong.
it becomes
And this is where she's going to have a problem, y'all. So again, this is a misdemeanor. We know on December the 9th, this is not the actual trial. We're going to figure out where we're going to go. But I cannot say this enough. She was told to leave this woman alone. She did not do this. This is why that there was motion on it. It's hard to prove cyber stalking cases, but Brene made easy work of it because, again, she cannot stay off the internet.
Correct.
She don't know what to do and what not to do. She think it's a game. Thank you, baby. She think it's a game, and now she's about to see that it's not a game. B said, "What happened to keep the restraining order granted? What happened to keep the restraining order?"
Oh, because normally when you file a restraining order, it's like a TPO, so it's temporary. You come in and they show you have to show cause as to why you got to keep
It's probably whatever happened after the restraining order.
Yeah. Yep, and they'll keep it on longer, like a year sometimes.
Yeah, it's probably whatever happened after. And even with this, let's say she loses or whatever, I'm sure they're going to put some contingencies in place for Brene. It's going to be things. It's still active. When the CEO said it's still active. She plays too fast, too loose with her life, Kristen says. Yeah, and they lovely Smiley said, and we found a fake page that was following Akira from her Facebook. This is the other thing that Brene,
to her IP, it's a wrap.
this is the thing that Brene doesn't get. People are looking at you.
Yes.
You know, people are looking at you. She's trying to get it now. That's why I asked you earlier, do you feel like she's trying to rebrand? But it's too late now. It's at this point, there's nothing you can do about it.
much easier to prove the actions were.
Oh yeah, let's hear it.
Thank you. Can you repeat that for me, please? Oh, thank you. Our company.
You bet. We are happy to review that again. It really is the most critical pivot
Nikki,
point.
thank
in the
you,
entire
baby.
case.
We were emphasizing how the existence of that prior court order, the civil restraining order, changes the nature of the criminal cyberstalking charge.
Okay, let's unpack this. If we
Before we unpack this, I got to repeat what Winter CEO said. Yes, the IP investigation is going to solve the case. Exactly. People think that you can be slick. Everything links back to your IP, and not even just your IP on your computer at home or your Wi-Fi, but also on your phone. Every phone has an individual IP. If you're using IPs at certain restaurants and locations on the Wi-Fi, then you're going to get their IP. Everything can be pulled up. Everything.
look at the documents, the victim, Akira, already had this order against Brene.
That order was a clear previous warning from a judge. Stop the harassment. It's an explicit judicial mandate.
When the alleged cyberstalking happened, it wasn't just harassment in a vacuum. It was an alleged violation of that existing order.
This helps the prosecution prove willfulness. If you violate a direct court command, it is much easier to argue your actions were knowing and intentional.
Thank you, Pink
And
Girl,
that
baby.
strengthens the case, transforming it from maybe a low-level dispute
Thank
into a
you.
court violation, which is how the police categorized it.
Absolutely. The court sees it as a knowing disregard for authority.
you.
That's
Winner.
the key takeaway. It makes the alleged actions, the continued posting, and showing up far
Hey,
more
baby.
serious in the eyes of the law.
Precisely. It becomes much, much easier to prove the actions were willful, knowing, and targeted. It's basically a clear line of evidence saying the defendant knew their actions were illegal, but just continued them anyway.
Which makes the flash
She think
drive
it's
so
a game.
important. The sources mentioned Akira gave the police a
Think
flash
shit
drive,
funny.
evidence of Brene violating that no contact order for stalking.
That little flash drive is the digital backbone of the charge.
Thank you.
It's the police and the prosecutor, the
Let's
actual
go.
data,
Hey.
screenshots, timestamps, posts that they need to back up the claim.
And tie the defendant's alleged behavior directly to the victim's emotional distress.
This connection to the previous court order is the foundation for the whole case.
All right, let's move on and look at the actual language in the arrest warrant.
Okay, let's
now.
listen.
Good idea. That language is very specific.
It says Brene Kennard unlawfully and willfully permitted an electronic device under her control to be used for a purpose prohibited
That
by
hurt
that
me.
statute, GS
Thank you,
14
Pink Ball.
196.3.
Very formal language, as you said before.
Very. But what's great about these documents is how specific they get. It actually names the tools used in the alleged crime.
The alleged weapons in this crime.
Snapchat, Facebook, and Instagram.
Not just social media, they name them precisely.
They name them and the purpose. The warrant is crystal clear. The use of these platforms was, and I'm quoting here, for the purposes of causing mental and emotional stress to the victim.
And that language is chosen very carefully because it mirrors the statute. The law is about using electronic communication for the purpose of abusing, threatening, or coercing.
By naming those,
Now I want to pause right here because, again, we know this is a misdemeanor. Let's say she doesn't get any jail time, which I'm going to ask him about that in a second too. Like what can happen in terms of what she'll end up getting. But even if she doesn't get any jail time, they can ban her from certain platforms. They can say, these are the platforms that you use to cause an issue, and we're going to ban you from these. So it may not be jail time. It may be a couple of days. It may be probation. But they can definitely cause issues for her based off of what happens. So that's very important. Like Miss Diva said, tap everyone. Thank you, Miss Diva. June, Jim. Uh-oh, you paused?
Huh?
You said you paused.
Oh, I paused? You paused up, Mama. You can't see me?
I see. I see you right there. Okay. Let me see. Wow, this isn't going to be good for Brene. People say I think she should be banned off social media for a while. If not, if nothing else for like a couple of days.
Yeah.
Let me see. I believe the max time is 60, 90 days. Let's go ahead and ask. I know they're gonna get to it, but I'm gonna ask.
3 platforms, the warrant just locks.
Yeah.
I know you're gonna cover it, but what if they gave her jail time, if any? What would she be looking at?
Right.
That is a critical question. And you're right. We absolutely wanted to dive into that because the jail time is not fixed.
Okay, let's unpack this. Since this is a class 2 misdemeanor, the potential jail sentence is defined by North Carolina's structured sentencing guidelines.
What's fascinating here is that the sentence depends entirely on the defendant's prior conviction level, not just the crime itself.
We can walk through those levels right now, which are laid out in the misdemeanor sentencing chart.
If the defendant is level I, meaning no prior convictions, the maximum active jail time she would be looking at is 30 days.
30 days,
Okay.
which is relatively low for a criminal charge like this, especially when involving a court violation, as
30
we
days.
discussed earlier.
Now, if she falls into level 2, which means 1 to 4 prior convictions, that potential jail time increases to a maximum of 45 days.
That's a 50% increase in potential maximum sentence just based on history.
And if the history is significant enough to put her in level 3, 5, or more prior convictions,
Definitely not.
the maximum active jail time jumps to 60 days.
So
Then again, we don't know this woman. We don't know what.
Dude, we don't know what she got on her record.
We may have been able to find it by now. I'm sure
Yeah.
everybody's scam, but we don't know. But I doubt that she did all that. But we don't know.
depending on her prior record, the maximum punishment could literally double from 30 to 60 days.
That is the structural reality of the sentencing grid. The court has that range of imprisonment for a term of days, or they can suspend the sentence and order probation instead.
It's important to remember that these are just the maximums for active jail time.
Now, Jim said between all of that, she and Tim have going on. I strongly feel someone is going to jail. I'm with you, but the way North Carolina has been moving,
no, they act like
and all the leniency and whatnot. I mean, they really let you hang yourself over there in North Carolina. Mm-hmm. I mean, they really let you do it to yourself before they do it. So
they give you long rope too.
I mean, they really do. I want to make sure I got any questions. Between all that she has going on, Tim got to get locked up. Tim got to do something.
That's what I said.
Anisha, I don't think so. Connecticut doesn't play like that. Maryland either. One day in jail and crying and sliding down the wall, B said. It's going to be something else.
It is.
You're definitely going to see.
A judge also has the option to suspend the sentence entirely.
Yes.
But if they do, the defendant would then be placed on unsupervised probation for a specified number of months.
And even if probation is given, the judgment form specifically vouches for imprisonment for a term of days as a condition or for work release.
So even on probation, some time behind bars is possible, depending on the specifics of the judge's order.
It shows that even for this misdemeanor, the consequences are significant and multi-layered.
Exactly. It's defined by her record.
So for Miss They Love Smiling about Tim Pew Pew. So he had the little trial, but he was able to get it pushed back into January. And he also he can't afford an attorney and all this other kind of stuff. So that case is going to be revisited in January. Why do I feel like it's the same date of something else?
Yeah, January 22nd, the same day Brenay and Devin.
Yeah. Ms. Diva said, yeah, January 22nd. I'm so ashamed of his actions. I promise we do have some good young men in North Carolina. I know y'all do.
Oh, yeah, I know that.
Yeah, I know they do. I truly pray the courts don't fail Akira and their kids' safety. Yes, I agree with you on that. I was looking at a case earlier today where a girl found out that her man was dealing with somebody else, and she set out and then unalived that lady. And the reason why I'm not saying it's possible. I'm just saying, some give me the creeps about this whole. Some give me the creeps about them. I'm not feeling it.
Now, before we look at
Kenneth said Texas still has a horse hanging law. We do not play. Now we know Texas.
Yeah, we know Texas don't play mercy. Oh my God! Like the live, baby. Like the live.
Like the live, y'all. Thank you.
Like the live.
Share, comment. Yeah.
Oh my God. Okay, so let's go ahead.
Immediate court actions. Let's quickly finish
and
up
after
on
this,
the
we're going to
language.
After this, we're going to be talking about Timmy's Twitch and what I feel is possibly about to be happening with that.
Arrest warrant itself.
Good point. We were talking about how specific the charge is.
It says Brene Kennard unlawfully and willfully permitted an electronic device to be used for a purpose prohibited by the statute.
Right. And the warrant specifically names Snapchat, Facebook, and Instagram as the alleged weapons used in this crime.
They name them, and the warrant is crystal clear that the purpose for the purposes of causing mental and emotional stress to the victim.
And that chosen language mirrors the statute, which is about using electronic communication for abusing or harassing someone.
That attention to detail in the warrant just locks down the whole scope of the alleged crime.
If we connect this to the bigger picture, it shows how law is trying to stay technologically
Thank you for following me,
specific, which is
Khadijah.
key to these kinds of cases.
So let's shift to the initial court action. The paperwork shows Brene Kennard was released on an unsecured bond of $2,500.
$2,500, yep, that's what the documents show.
Which suggests the court didn't see her as a flight risk or, an immediate danger to the public.
Yes, exactly. An unsecured bond means she didn't have to pay anything to get out. She just promised to pay the $2,500 if she skipped court. There's a detail in that paperwork that should really make you pause, especially given the technical nature of this crime.
You're talking about the waiver of counsel.
I am. Brene signed a document.
I mean, there she go, y'all. There she go. She think it's a game. Waiving the counsel. Like, this is what she thinks she's so smart. She thinks she's smarter than everybody.
Yep.
And I think this is another reason why people don't really let up off of her and why people are still talking about that. There is no accountability for this person at all. There's no accountability. She thinks it's a joke. She thinks she's the smartest person in the room. This is what happens when you don't get out of your house and when you got people around you that need you for Chipotle, meals, shoe boots, and all that kind of shit. You have no concept of what the real world is. Like, girl, you need a lawyer.
Yes, big time.
You need a lawyer. She waived it again. if they ban her from them apps, she'll be forced to get back active on TikTok. So much hate. I seen her been going over there already. So what she's been doing is turning off her comments, and then she be on there selling her little products. Yep, she be on there playing fast and loose. Yeah, like, and the reason why that's very annoying. That's one of the reasons where that she's trying to get a new hearing for the case she just lost. Talking about, not having a lawyer. Her last lawyer did her wrong. And now you need to be getting a lawyer right here and now, and you don't have one. Mm-hmm. She waived it.
Declaring she wanted to appear in court on her own behalf. She waived her right to a lawyer.
Wow. In a case that is built entirely on digital evidence, social media posts, metadata, that seems like a very risky
Thank you for reposting,
It's an
Gladys.
incredibly complex path to take. I mean, think about it. If the prosecution has a flash drive full of evidence,
right, it's a lot of data.
A good defense attorney would immediately challenge the authenticity of that evidence. Could the screenshots be doctored?
Was the chain of custody maintained?
Or were the posts
Frank,
taken completely out of context?
Yeah, doing a lot, friend.
Would argue that the communication didn't meet the legal bar for severe emotional distress.
And a pro se defendant,
Thank you for following
someone
me, Gladys.
representing herself, how do they even begin to do that?
It's almost impossible. You're trying to learn criminal procedure while also trying to navigate these really complex evidentiary and constitutional hurdles.
In a cybercrime case, those technical details are often the only lifeline you have.
Waiving counsel makes it so much harder to grab onto it.
That really
Jim, you said something I want to say. You said she's letting her delusions and hate for Devin and Akira override common sense. And this is the other thing too. Y'all have to remember, this is very important because I believe both of them have narcissistic tendencies. Yes. I know people throw that word around lightly. I don't. I've studied it for a long time now, for my books, my scripts, and all of that. And the reason why I say that is because they controlled their environment with Akira and Devin for so long, with the manipulation, with the games, with being able to do what it is they wanted to do, with having this fake business relationship that allowed them to be alone with each other for eventually come out and saying, we want to be together. They have done it so long that they really think that everybody else is going to buy into their shit.
Yep.
And so, like you said, it's just no common sense. And you would think after seeing how they mopped the floor with her in the last trial that she would know better, but she don't.
really drives home the stakes, even for what's technically a misdemeanor charge.
Speaking of those stakes, let's talk about the consequences beyond just the jail time we reviewed earlier.
Beyond jail or probation, there are a couple of mandatory administrative things too, right?
Yeah, the sources point to them. Depending on the specifics, the defendant could be ordered to provide fingerprints and even a DNA sample before release.
These are for inclusion in state databases.
DNA.
It's a pretty significant requirement to tack onto a crime that happened entirely on social media.
It really is. Now let's pivot to the part of this case that is truly of the moment.
Section 4. The entire crime happened online. So how does the court draft a punishment?
Yes, they try to control the narrative. And they do a piss poor job of it.
I got what Monitor said. What's wild is she still mentions the kids and she's not supposed to. She said she thinks she likes the attention. Yeah.
And she and add to that, because you're so right. Add to that, she knows what's going on. Brene gets her money based off of us going past those little snaps. So when we go past it, an ad will happen in the middle of it. Snap, an ad. Nobody's coming over there for her beauty products. So when she's sad stuff like she does, like with the little, I call them my step chickens or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, like
step kids. But you're still talking about it. Right, rage baiting, Nisha. Yep. Exactly.
No off of it, Kimberly. Absolutely.
Yeah, step chickens and shit like that.
Follow, monitor.
She's thinking that she's smart. Again, you had a cyberstalking case coming up, and they're going to bring that up.
Yes, they are.
So this is what we're talking about. Mm-hmm. Hey, Allure, my baby. Mm-hmm. Hi, my baby. Welcome. Thank you for the heart. You found me over here in TikTok land. My baby. Okay, yeah. So she gonna see. She loves antagonizing Kira. Exactly. Which is why I forget who said it earlier today. I don't trust these people. They are very dangerous. I'm telling you, we've seen too many cases. People got their eyes on them.
Happening again. What can they actually do digitally?
So the first most go for it.
Can you repeat that, please?
Of course. You want us to revisit the potential punishments for this charge, which we were just discussing.
Yeah, absolutely. We were specifically discussing the administrative and digital consequences beyond just the jail time.
Okay, let's unpack this. Just to remind everyone, this is a
whole
class
family
2
line.
misdemeanor, so the active jail time maximum is either 30, 45, or 60 days, based on the defendant's prior record.
But you ask what happens besides jail or standard probation.
Right, there are those 2 significant administrative penalties we uncovered in the documents.
Yes. For this type of offense, the defendant could be legally ordered to provide both fingerprints and a DNA sample. These are then included in state databases, which is a big deal for a crime rooted in digital activity. It expands the consequences beyond just the screen. It really solidifies the seriousness of the charge in the eyes of the state. Even if the act was online, the consequences are very much physical and permanent.
Yes.
This really drives home the stakes, even for what's technically a misdemeanor charge.
And that leads us to the final, most crucial element, the digital remedies.
Exactly. Since the entire crime happened online, how does the court craft a punishment that stops this specific behavior from happening again? What can they actually do digitally?
The first most basic step is just reinforcing the original restraining order, which we talked about earlier.
I'm with you, quiet Simmer. She better stop saying she's a mother. You're not a mother. You're not a mother, honey. You're not your mother. You're a motherfucker, but you're not a mother. Yeah, and this is one of the reasons why it's hard for her to give to the bear fruit. And I know she wants to have a child so bad.
No.
Having this much hate and this much energy around you, I don't think it's going to be possible for her. She's so cocky. Like, yeah, Evolve says definitely. Good evening, Mr.
Kenneth said once the money is gone, she loses online presence. I'm afraid Tim will try something to her or Akira.
So we're going to be talking about Timmy's situation too. I had them prompt because I feel like I know where she's about to go with that, and I want to put it. I wasn't going to say nothing about it, but I feel like Robin is already up on it, and I just want to put it out there. She's getting in her own way, right, June Jim? Nope, we talking about Twitch next. A say what? We talking about Twitch net, baby. Sure are.
The one that establishes the willfulness.
The standard condition of probation would be that the defendant must, quote, not assault, communicate with, or be in the presence of the complainant.
That stops direct contact, text, showing up in her job.
Renee said Tim about to find him a new
But
girl.
cyberstalking is often indirect. Posts that don't tag the victim but are clearly about them. Vague references.
So the court has to get creative using the 11 other line item on the judgment form to add custom conditions.
And this is where we hit, hey, yeah, what's up?
Can I ask you a question? So she's not supposed to be talking about the kids, but she'll say stuff like step chickens. Could that be considered violating restraining orders?
That is a phenomenal and highly relevant question.
Yeah, that term step chickens. Let's dive into that.
If we connect this to the bigger picture, this goes right to the heart of enforcing the targeted ban.
Because the children are involved, the documents show that Brene was warned not to post the minor children online.
And that she often called them her godchildren. Plus, the plaintiff, Akira, specifically asked her to have no contacts with them.
So if a court orders no contact or no mention, and the defendant uses a clear word like step chicken,
the prosecution would argue that is a direct, rather full violation of the spirit, if not the letter, of the court order.
especially if that term is understood within their social media community to specifically refer to Akira's children.
Exactly.
What's fascinating here is that the court would look at the context. It's about intent.
Did she intend to communicate about the children? Yes. Was she doing it after being told not to? Yes.
And the cyberstalking statute covers electronic communication used for the purpose of harassing
She
someone,
thinks she's slick,
not
right?
just by name.
So even a vague derogatory reference or a code word can absolutely be used as evidence of violating a targeted ban.
The phrase step chicken could be part of the flash drive
Thank you,
evidence,
looks like.
strengthening the case for willfulness we discussed earlier.
It's all about how the court defines the boundaries of that targeted restriction.
And that brings us back to where we were before your excellent.
The court needs to get creative using the 11
Taunting,
other
yes.
line item on the judgment form to add custom conditions.
Thank you,
It's
Jim.
the First Amendment wall, isn't it? The court can't just say, you're banned from the internet for a year.
Okay, y'all
Absolutely
hear
not.
this?
And that's the legal tightrope they have to walk in these cyber cases.
I didn't know that,
So
Monica.
it said the court can't say you're banned from the internet.
Okay.
So, but let's see what they can
So
say.
Monica said that she answered Snap questions about the kids.
Oh yeah, and that's what got her hemmed up. Again, it was brought up again in the most recent trial for the alienation of affection and all of that. Right? She continuously thinks she's the smartest thing in the room. That's because she stayed in her house, and
Right.
she's not the smartest thing in the room. I don't even know that she's the smartest thing in there. I don't know which one of them are smart, to be honest.
Girl, man, one of them.
You
They
might
slick. They call themselves being smart, but they just being slick, and they getting themselves in trouble.
You mind doing me a favor? I left my charger up there.
You want it?
Yeah, you mind coming down?
No, I get it. I mean, I'll push
Okay.
pause.
The originator of the app can do so. Okay, they're going to tell us what can happen right now.
We know from major legal rulings that a blanket ban on all social media use violate. Oh yeah. Uh-huh.
Can you repeat that a little bit about I just cut you off. Can you repeat what you just said?
We are absolutely happy to repeat that. Please cut us off anytime.
Yeah, we were just getting to the heart of the digital legal dilemma.
We were talking about the First Amendment, specifically why courts cannot simply ban a defendant from all social media or the entire internet.
The core issue is that the internet has become too central to modern life.
Banning someone totally from it is viewed as an infringement on fundamental free speech rights, even for criminal offenders.
So the law is required to be surgical in its approach.
Okay.
The Supreme Court has ruled that a blanket ban is unconstitutional, but
Targeted bans that are specifically tied to the criminal offense are absolutely allowed.
that is the critical distinction we focus on when talking about digital penalties.
So instead of a sweeping order like
broad.
you can't use Instagram at all.
The court's order would be tailored to the crime.
For example, you cannot mention, post about, or refer to Akira Veneta Montague or her minor children on any social media platform.
That's the key. The restriction targets the specific criminal behavior and the victims.
And as we discussed with your step chickens question, that means code words and indirect references are covered.
Correct. The goal is to...
Oh, yeah.
But could they ban her off of specific sites like Snapchat, TikTok, and what have you?
That is a very specific and insightful follow-up question.
He gets right to the heart of the technical enforcement side of this, yeah.
While a blanket ban on all social media is out, the court could potentially ban her from specific platforms.
But only if that specific platform was used exclusively for the illegal harassment.
Which it was.
The documents we have show the warrant named Snapchat, Facebook, and Instagram as the sites used for the alleged crime.
So instead of banning the entire site, the court would issue a targeted ban on the activity.
For instance, they might specify that the defendant cannot use her Snapchat account to post anything relating to the victim.
The goal is to restrict the harm, not the entire medium of communication.
This still allows the defendant to use Instagram or TikTok for her job as an influencer.
But if they use those tools to start harassing Akira or her family again, they face new criminal penalties.
That violation itself of the targeted order would be a new crime, possibly contempt of court, or a new
Thank you. Like
cyberstalking
Pink Bro
charge.
said, please.
It's a way to protect the victim while also upholding the
Please,
defendant.
like the live. Please like the live, babies.
Thank y'all for liking the live.
Thank you, Pink Bro. We appreciate that.
It's constitutional rights.
Appreciate y'all.
That's the ideal outcome.
Yeah, they were
A
limited.
targeted remedy for a targeted digital crime.
It seems like a very elegant legal solution, but it raises one huge practical challenge.
That's right. We move from theory to enforcement.
You know, how exactly do you police a code word like step
Thank you,
chickens
Kevin. I
or a
appreciate you.
vague post that only insiders understand?
So let's do a quick review of what we've unpacked, bringing everything together.
We covered the criminal
Thank you.
cyberstalking charge, a class 2 misdemeanor.
It's rooted in violating a previous court order, which we established, makes the alleged actions willful.
And that carries potential active jail time ranging from 30 to 60 days based on the prior record.
Plus those administrative penalties, DNA and fingerprinting before release, which we also touched on.
The crime was carried out on specific platforms, and we just clarified that the remedy must be
Evolve with a leader says the application app can ban her and be subpoenaed and cause delay of use. Oh, yes. You know they don't play. And even over there on their Twitch. We're talking about Twitch next, guys, because of what I feel like is getting ready to happen. And we're going to ask some specific questions about that. But yeah, you're right.
a targeted restriction on that behavior.
It shows you how the criminal law is evolving, really in real time, to deal with digital life.
So here's the final thought on enforcement, which your questions really drove home.
If courts are going to increasingly rely on these kinds of targeted restrictions,
You know, you can't mention this person online, even using code words like we discussed.
how will law enforcement or probation officers effectively monitor that be order?
It's a massive question. It's incredibly hard to police the nuances
We
of
will.
social media language.
Do they have to engage in
Thank
constant,
you.
intrusive
Thank you,
surveillance of
Evolve
someone's
Leader.
daily internet
You said
activity?
you
And
proud
if
of
they
us?
don't, does the
Thank you.
effectiveness of these really customized digital bans just fall apart?
That's the crucial, complex
We gonna
enforcement
enforce it.
challenge
Folks is
that
looking.
cases like this
I'm
lead
about to
to.
say
The next
it's gonna
frontier
be
in
enforced.
cyber law. And we
Huh? What you say, Shanice?
Oh, it's going to be enforced. Because everybody gonna be watching.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be in full.
You can't believe
And staying with us through these nuanced details.
We especially appreciate your insights today. They really made this complex
Okay,
issue.
so that was it for today for this one. Thank you, Lord, for the donuts, baby. Thank you. Okay,
you wasn't supposed to be mentioning her,
so
and she still did. Yeah.
right. So the reason why that's why they was even able to get the warrant and why they was even able to push forward and all of that. So what we know now, like we said, this is not gonna be the real trial that's coming up on the 9th. We're trying to figure out. Thank you, Pink Bro. We're trying to figure out where if she's going to plead. Is she going? What is going to happen? What is she saying about all of the documentation and stuff that Akira has? Based off of that, then it'll be a trial. Thank you, Winner. I appreciate you. If she say it's me, I did it, they could do something right there, get it over with. We know she's not going to do that because she's too arrogant, in my opinion. But although anything's possible, but based off of time and everything, we know that she can get almost around 30, but it's also going to depend if this is her first case, if something happened before. I will tell you, like they said, the whole reason why this became a thing with the warrant or any of that is because she already had a restraining order. Thank you, Nisha. And she pretty much
Violated.
said, forget this restraining order, which resulted in exactly what's happening now. Thank you, baby. So it's not like this is somebody's first offense and then that was it. You were told to leave this woman alone. You did not do that. And as a result, we're going to see how far North Carolina is going to go. I will say, based off of covering this case, even with Tim going home for the pew-pew, they really give people, they really give people, what you say?
They are very lenient.
Almost too lenient for me.
Yes.
She's going to defend herself again. Yes, Nikki. She waived it. We'll see. She may change her mind after what happened in the trial, but she signed waivers of an attorney.
A waiving attorney, yeah.
An attorney.
Right.
So she may change her mind after this, after what happened with the alienation of affection, but we'll see. Okay, guys.
I don't know how much they give her though, if they allow her to.
What you saying?
I don't know. Do they allow her to change her mind? You done signed it. We like for me, it would be a stall tactic.
They won't make you if you have a lawyer. I'm sure they won't make you.
Thank you, Lady B.
I'm sure they won't make you not having a lawyer, especially if she can say, look, I messed up last time. I don't know if you see my alienation of affection case, but I came out bad in that one. I don't want to do that again. So, yeah, you definitely can. They don't want you not to have a lawyer because they don't feel like going through this shit.
Which is going to be delaying the case then.
Huh? It could be delayed, but
delaying the case.
That's why Akira is going through it. And I want to, before we go into Timmy's Twitch, I want to talk about what I think is going on with Timmy's Twitch. I want to read something that Akira said because I don't know what's going on, but whoever's doing this shit, please stop. Akira posted this on her story, either was yesterday or the day before yesterday. She says, I only have one attorney, and that's the law offices of RBJ. I do not support any other attorneys. I do not support anyone purchasing and then selling transcripts. Please stop trying to give me legal advice, for I am represented by an amazing firm. And although I appreciate the intent and help, however, I am represented quite well. Look, first of all, I don't know who's doing it.
Right.
But you don't get to come in at the tail motherfucking end when all the work is done, talking about something, you need another attorney. That ain't how it works.
No.
I don't know who's doing this, but I feel like...
I know she got Robin. Why don't y'all contact Robin? Robin can decide what could be used and what can't be used.
It's very, it's weird. Are y'all asking Brene? I bet y'all not, because nobody want their name linked up with her. But I just felt like that was crazy. First, she had to tell people to leave her boyfriend alone.
Right.
They were dragging him because he danced too much. And now, the folks are saying or bothering her about this attorney.
Oh,
I wanted to make sure I say that. Whoever's doing that, please stop. She's very good. And you definitely don't get to come in on the tail end after she granted the $1.75 million.
Okay.
Talking about, do you need help?
No.
Let me make sure I get any questions. She's going to defend herself again. Yes, you can always change your mind.
Yeah.
There are other attorneys that's commenting on her situation and trying to give her advice. I mean, y'all coming in at the ass end when the table is already decorated, talking about something, did you put salt in your gravy? We don't need you now. Shit is already done, money. Thank you, though. Thank you, but no thank you. You can put it on the pot.
Mm-hmm.
You want to put into her defense for Robin, you can do that.
Yeah.
She don't need you for nothing else. Okay. As y'all know, she has hooked Tim up. She, being Brenay, has hooked Tim up with all this new equipment for Twitch. Now, this is one of the things that I find very funny, and why I'm going to also ask our friends, get our friends in on it. Why all of a sudden?
Okay.
His ass been over there for the longest time in the house. Y'all have been going on for almost like about a year.
A year now, yeah.
Almost a year. If it's not a year or close to a year, y'all have been together and all of that kind of stuff. Why all of a sudden are you trying to do Twitch? I believe she knows that eventually she's not going to be able to make no motion on her own social media accounts. I believe that she's not going to be able to make any motion on her Snapchat and TikToks. And as a result, I feel like she's going to try to ease up behind him on his Twitch platforms. And if it's his Twitch platforms as opposed to hers, can she effectively say I'm broke? This is why I'm hoping that Robin and them are already thinking about that, because I already see the setup. And he even gave us the setup when he went to court the other day for the pew and said he couldn't afford an attorney.
Yeah, he did.
And because every time he get a job, or went at the last job or whatever, they found out about the case and they don't like him. And that could quite be true. I'm not saying it is not true. But you can get a job. You may not want to get the job you want, but you can get a job. I feel like she's about to be up under his Twitch, because Twitch they don't stop no motion on nothing. They allow everything. You know what I mean? It's hard to get banned over there.
Some stuff.
It's hard.
Ray J just got banned. Oh, thank you, Miss Higgins. I appreciate y'all.
What you say, baby?
Ray J just got banned, so you can be banned.
You can be banned, but it's pretty hard. They allow a lot of stuff. I'm gonna say, Evelina said I agree. Jim said I agree. Kristen said you're on to something. Yes, I'm thinking that's what's getting ready to happen. So what I did was I compiled, did the same thing I prompted to answer my questions. Like, if she tries to do that, what can be done? Because what I see happening, thank you, Bougie, I appreciate you, baby. What I see happening is her showing up on his platforms, maybe 2-3 times a week. Not too much to say that it's hers, but just enough to get some motion, get his money up. Like, you see her now talking about something, follow him on Twitch. Why now?
Yeah.
He's been over there the whole time.
I agree with you.
What are y'all doing?
I agree with you, but then what he got to pay attention to, is he didn't put in, he owed back child support, 16,000 back child support. If he don't pay it, we can go into a new month. Then it's $960 something, $916 something per month. He put in to have it reduced, stating he can't get no job, he got no money, all that. So if his money start going up on this Twitch, and it's now in his name.
But then there'll still be a percentage. It's still a percentage. Unlike a civil case, a percentage, right? So you're still, let's say you're over there and you're really getting it. I don't see him getting it.
No.
His personality is so, but let's say he's over there killing it. Let's say we that pressed that everybody go over there and look at his Twitch and just to cuss his ass out if nothing else. Now you're getting $10,000 a month, and I'm just throwing something out there, but they're going to make a percentage based off of your child support. So they're not going to take all the money. They're going to say,
no, that's true.
I'm going to take 20% of this $10,000. You still got $8,000. Y'all still can go and do what y'all want to do via this Twitch.
She's not paying.
Because she's been talking about it a lot lately. And she showed us on purpose Tim's Twitch, showing the stuff and all of that. I feel
the judgment is against her, not him.
The judgment is against her, not him.
Tax his money that he's making.
Still want to pay the child support.
Right, he got to pay the child support. Right,
but they won't take the whole thing like a civil judgment. I feel like that's her next move. So I prompted this to see if I'm going right. I want to see if she tries to do that, what will be the case. So let's check this out real quick, because I'm feeling like that's what her next move is. Like, if she does that, how would we be able to determine, or how would Robin be able to determine that she's doing that? That's
what she's doing, abandoning hers because she knows she can't keep no money on her stuff, and then coming over there on his, and then they making money over there,
right?
Doing the same thing.
And just like Bougie Paul, I believe you're talking about this. You may be saying it. She got a situation going on with Devin that's coming up, so she's getting hit left and right. Yeah. She can straight up say, "I ain't got it." I don't have it. Now she's putting all her time into Timmy
Then
switch.
she's gonna have to trust Timmy.
Oh,
And I already think Timmy on his way
he's
out.
the smartest ones in the room, so of course.
And if he's doing this on his own platform and he's going up, he walking out the door.
Well, yeah,
What
but
do you mean
that's what if Michael Jackson's alive. We haven't gotten there yet. You know what I'm saying? We're talking about dodging right now and still being able to afford. They still have to afford their lifestyle. Them coming for the bank accounts and her money on her social media is being up for grabs. I'm working for just Akira. So let's just I gotta deal with whether or not I trust them later. But for right now, let me bank this because I'm trying to hide. Like I want to make sure that she can't do this.
Kimberly asked, what is Brenay and Devin case about? Devin is suing Brenay for the monies that she earned while they were married and he was in the videos.
Right.
That's in January. That's actually the same day as Timmy's new case for the Q2, January 22nd.
Yeah, Chef Alana, Tim and Devin case, he's still supposed to be doing that one. I think it was on slight pause for a second. And I'm trying to figure out if Devin, I feel like Devin went out of this. He said a post the other day, and I feel like this is just draining. And it goes back to what I said. I don't know if y'all were with me when we first started covering the case, me and Sharice. But at one point, Devin was sitting on the wall, and this was like the second or third day of court for Akira's alienation case. And he was just like, it's overwhelming. There was a lot going on. And it was like, you shy? He said, no, I'm not shy. When I get to know you, I'm cool. It just that it was a lot. And I said then that I don't know if he should do that case, especially since
The one with Tim.
But he mentioned it in court that he still intends to do it. And then, like you said, it's there. I don't know.
So that's a good point Monitar just made to your point. If he does go through with it, then any monies that Timmy got and wins, any monies that Timmy got will be coming to him.
If you want to do a proper Avengers, that's the only way.
Yeah.
That if you want to
Circle
finish
around
them and then have all of them come from different angles,
And
really do it, then you need that case. Otherwise,
absolutely right.
this situation is what I think they're going to do. So let's listen to our friends.
Yeah. Let's get to it.
Court records related to a huge civil judgment against a woman named Brenay Montague, formerly Kennard. And we're looking at the legal tool that kicks off the whole collection process. A writ of execution issue in North Carolina.
Thank you,
Right. So
Lita,
our mission
baby.
here is pretty simple. We want to understand how an active, a $1.75 million judgment,
That's the principle, yeah.
how that judgment instantly turns every single transaction the debtor makes into a potential legal landmine.
Yes.
We want to show you exactly what happens when the legal system
right.
decides, okay, we're done talking. It's time to move from the courtroom into the bank accounts.
And we have to set the scene with the debt itself because the sheer size of it is key here. The total principal judgment is $1,750,000. But this isn't like a business deal gone wrong. This number comes from two very specific, and I should say somewhat rare, North Carolina torts.
Oh, wait. Someone wants to join.
I just want to
Go for it.
I just want to make sure that you're going to also cover what would happen if she tries to hide under her husband's Twitch account to avoid the debt.
We are absolutely going to cover that.
Yes, that's actually one of the key maneuvers we'll be dissecting today.
Okay, let's unpack this because that attempt to shift revenue streams is what makes this case so modern and complex.
What's fascinating here is that the plaintiff, Akira, alleges that Brene is diverting brand deals and commissions to her husband Timothy's Twitch platform.
And the goal there is clearly to make that money look like it belongs to a third party's business, making it much harder to seize.
Exactly. We call that an attempt to obfuscate or shield her income from the creditor. It complicates enforcement immensely.
That strategy of income shielding is a direct response to the problems the creditor has already had tracking her influencer income.
We'll dive into the consequences of that platform shift in depth a little later in the conversation.
For now, let's just finish setting the scene for this massive debt. You're about to tell...
Okay, baby, if you find this useful, please like the live. Please like the live. We would definitely appreciate it. Just so y'all know what we did was I went in, compiled all of the documents, prompted it so that we can get some questions answered. We are not attorneys. We're just nerds that know a little bit of legalese.
Tell us about the specific North Carolina torts.
Right. These are the torts.
Thank you, baby.
Okay, and these
Thank
are
you
the
for following me, too.
Heart mom
We
torts.
need to follow and like y'all. Thank you.
This award was rendered in Durham County Superior Court, and it breaks down into two parts.
You have $250,000 for something called criminal conversation.
which is about adultery.
And then the much larger sum, $1.5 million, for alienation of a
We're from DC, but we've been in the Baltimore area longer than we've lived in our own cities.
City, yeah.
We're from DC, Chef.
Yeah.
Southeast, and she from we're Northeast, right?
She know where I'm from.
Meaning basically intentionally destroying the marital relationship.
So this is a putative debt. It's not dischargeable in bankruptcy, and it arises from severe
DC represent.
That context is crucial because it means the creditor, Akira Montague, is
Chef, you heard the accent? Because I don't think I have it no more. She said, "I'm from DC, still here."
We don't sound like we're from Baltimore. We definitely still sound like we're from DC.
And the debt itself carries this high emotional and legal weight, which really justifies the relentless pursuit we're about to see.
absolutely the size and the nature of that judgment are the foundation for the intensity that's about to come down.
Okay, so let's turn to the immediate aftermath. The judgment is in.
Where from DC are you? I used to live over there by the shrimp boat. Thanks.
I'm almost off Rhode Island Avenue, right where Bass Liquor Store used to be.
Yeah.
I'm dating myself.
What does it mean when a writ of
Thank you,
execution?
Ms.
It sounds very dramatic.
It is dramatic. A writ of execution transforms that paper judgment into a direct legal order to seize assets.
It means the court is done
I
debating.
know,
They're
Chef.
issuing a command to the sheriff. Our documents show the writ was sent to the sheriff of Wake County, where Brene is listed as residing.
As of mid-November 2025, the total amount due with interest and costs was just over $1.75 million.
Yes,
And you know, that number just ticks up daily.
doomed.
That slight increase you mentioned shows the clock is ticking, right? The debt is actually growing while she's trying to figure out her next move.
That's a great point. The clock is absolutely ticking. But the really crucial part of this writ is the command it gives the sheriff.
The writ establishes this mandatory
Northeast.
hierarchy for seizure.
Brooklyn
It
Southeast.
says the sheriff must
Northeast,
attempt to
still in.
satisfy the debt
Northeast.
first out of Brene's personal property.
Yep.
Personal property, so you mean liquid assets, cash, bank accounts, stocks.
Cars, jewelry, anything that's easy to convert to cash.
Exactly.
Now, real quick, they said cars, jewelry, bank accounts, all that kind of stuff. We know she don't own that house. She's renting that house. We know she's don't own that car. She's renting that car. She had them rings on them fingers, but I doubt any of them are of real.
Somebody said it was cloudy, so
Yeah, so
no value there.
the TVs, possibly the computers. If she's using that to work, I don't think they can bother that. We found that out the other day.
Can you ask your friends that once they finish with that?
Okay, yeah, I think we did actually yesterday, but or day before yesterday. But I'll ask again that if she's using it for her work, it can't be touched.
Okay.
That's why his Twitch stuff may be whatever. But I'll ask him before we.
Oh, I got you.
And only if the sheriff finds
Right.
that all of that personal property isn't enough to cover this massive debt.
Only then are they authorized to go after her real property, like a house or land.
So this creates enormous immediate pressure on the debtor to hide or liquidate any cash or easy assets.
Because those are the primary targets.
So for you listening, the minute this writ is active, your cash is the weakest.
them wigs definitely, because she be using the real wigs, the
link in your
the ones
defense.
It's the easiest thing for the
Yeah.
system to grab. And that legal urgency completely changes how Brene has to manage her money.
She basically needs to make that cash disappear, legally speaking, from the reach of the Wake County Sheriff.
And that leads us right into the context of who
The human
Brene
hands.
is financially. Traditional collection
I like a
methods
good
often struggle
synthetic,
with
that
her
way I
kind
can
of
throw it away
income
when I'm
stream.
done.
Before we get to her new moves, we absolutely need that context. Who is Brene Montague financially?
And why has getting her financial info already been such a battle for the creditor?
Well, her income profile is critical. She's a social media influencer. She has a huge digital footprint.
Over 2 million followers on TikTok, another
Girl,
300,000 on Instagram. The sources allege she grosses approximately $11,000 a month.
And that's through a complex mix of endorsements, brand deals, and commissions.
That's a lot of income, but it's inherently hard to track compared to, say,
You said Brene's mother has a huge scope of her income capacity. Tell me what you mean, baby, because I'm also looking at that mother. Like, yeah, if you just coming in, I feel as though she may be trying to hide up under his Twitch or somebody else's social media. But what you mean by that? You mean she be taking it? Because I know her mother was definitely on her payroll. She said that before on a live or something.
Thank you, Lady B.
normal W-2
I think
salary.
many of her followers are bots. You and Jim said.
And this isn't just a
Thank you,
theory,
Megan.
right? There's a history here of resistance.
This is where we establish the debtor's pattern of intent. And that's critical when we look at her new actions.
The plaintiff, Akira Montague, has already had to file multiple motions just to compel Brene to provide financial discovery.
She has fought releasing this information every step of the way.
And the court responded with force, right? They issued an order compelling discovery and sanctions.
The fact that the court had to add sanctions shows they
Yes,
already
when the
believed
CEO
she was deliberately
she definitely-
stalling.
Precisely.
Hiding
And the
something.
plaintiff wasn't shy about laying out their suspicions.
They noted, for example, Brene spending money on personal luxuries like
Yes.
eating at restaurants and getting manicures instead of paying those court-ordered sanctions.
It's his color, but it's legally important color. It's
Of all leaders, I think she is hiding income into her mother's and or best friend's account via wig deals, etc. No, wait a minute. Now you said
That's
BFF.
fraud.
She got a best friend?
Now that's fraud. Now tread lightly.
just a willful disregard for the court's orders.
That anecdote makes it feel less like legal strategy and more like, I don't know, arrogance.
If you're refusing,
I mean, who the hell is Brene's best friend?
Exactly.
Oh, when the CEO said that best friend cut her off, I thought so. I can't see her having no friend.
to pay
It didn't make no sense to me.
publicly posting about luxury spending, you are just handing the creditor evidence of non-cooperation.
And that intent gets amplified because
Yeah.
the plaintiff has been laser focused on money transfers between Brene and her current husband.
The alienated spouse for a long time.
The sources note that when she was previously questioned about financial transfers to Timothy, her response was the legally useless phrase, I don't know.
Ooh.
I don't know. Wow. That response, plus the fact that she had already provided housing and co-signed a lease.
So they're talking about from the trial that just happened. That came up because Robin is so smart. They're thinking about
Yeah.
They're probably thinking about what I'm thinking about right now.
Yeah. We're
What
trying to hide her money and still keep it.
exactly? So getting her on record, and apparently she ain't really trying to answer that question.
Department.
It just shows that their tangled finances were an issue long before this $1.75 million writ ever
You
landed.
said, baby,
So to sum it up,
Ms. Higgins said the internet private eyes are going to track every dime.
every dime.
Every
Are you
dime.
dumb? Every dime.
penny.
Every dime. Every dime. Every wig deal. There's gonna be some fake wig deals that gonna go down and then be like, we got you.
Yep.
Knew you was trying to do something with the money. It's nothing that she's gonna be able to do.
we have a
Nothing.
massive a writ that's targeting her cash and a history of the debtor trying to obscure her finances.
Specifically, any money going to
And look at me
Timothy.
trying to adjust
Which
my
brings
wig.
us to the two new maneuvers the plaintiff is now scrutinizing.
Okay, so given that history of resistance, the
Now,
creditor is
so
on
now
high
what?
alert. What's the risk with Action 1 purchasing equipment for Timothy Montague?
Oh,
It
here
just
you go.
sounds like she's turning liquid cash into physical goods in his name. That's the core risk.
What's so fascinating here is the immediate reduction of seizable assets. Remember, the sheriff is after cash first.
Brene takes cash, the liquid target, and converts it into equipment,
Mm.
which is now presumably being used for Timothy's business. The cash is just gone.
But couldn't she argue that she was just helping her husband with a legitimate business expense? Isn't that normal for a married couple?
That would be a totally viable defense under normal circumstances. But they are not operating under normal circumstances.
They're operating under the immediate threat of a $1.75 million execution order and sanctions for prior financial evasion.
This action is just ripe for a legal challenge on the grounds of fraudulent conveyance.
The creditor doesn't have to prove she intended to defraud the world. They just have to prove the transfer was made to
For the followers.
a collection of this specific debt.
And since the court has already seen a pattern of non-disclosure about transfers to Timothy, this new transaction looks like the next logical step.
Absolutely.
So already we're seeing it. I'm gonna get June. Jim gonna say honestly, her wigs be terrible. Corinne's look better. She definitely don't really know how to lay the wigs at all. And you said,
Charlita,
and
can I answer this real quick?
Yeah, go ahead, honey.
Charlita said that she was late and who was talking. This is a generator that T put all of the court documents in and had them go through all of it, and then she prompted to be able to ask questions in real time. So that's what you're listening to. It's a breakdown of the cyberstalking case, and this one in particular, we were asking about can she hide basically her money into Timmy in his new Twitch.
Angie says, knew they were crazy for real when they said the court received fake documents from Robin. Yes. And wanted to run with that online. Brianna Thomas in Facebook is a former best friend. Okay. Renee was the one providing fraudulent documents. Exactly. Yes, yes.
And what's more, the creditor, Akira, now has recourse not just against Brenay, but potentially against.
And I'm
Timothy.
going to, if y'all want me to do one of my days, because starting, Sharice and I have been going live every day for, today is our 29th day. Tomorrow will be our 30th day, and it was a 30-day challenge. After that, I'll be going live Monday through Friday, and now on the weekends, unless I want to talk about something. I'm reserved the right to come back online. But if one of my days y'all want me to talk about prompting and how to prompt, let me know in the chat, and then that'll be something that I'll be sliding in. But I'm going to say this, and this is really important. People are really afraid of AI. They're afraid of it taking their jobs and all of that. What's going to happen in the future, guys, and you need to be on top of it now, is those who know how to prompt will never be unemployed, ever. So I'm a novelist, a full-time novelist, and we own a publishing company, and I'm a full-time novelist, and we're also full-time filmmakers. We got 13 movies on Tubi, Apple, and all of that. That's what we do for a living. But in addition to that, I prompt for fun. I love all things AI. I'm a baby in it. I'm a very baby, like infantile, but she loves it and is so good at it. She does it for fun. Charlita said, let her know, because she loves using AI. Okay, so I'm going to be, so when I start in December, one of my days we're going to be talking about is prompting. And I just prompt anything. Like, I don't use it to write my books. I had 100 books before AI was even born. But I love to use it for like factual things I would have to search on the internet. There's any number of things that you can use. And it's also good for people who don't know how to write and then need help. It'll give you a rough draft. So people who just don't know, they got an idea, they need help, it can teach you that too. So don't run from the AI. It's here. Those of us who know how to use it will forever be good.
As well.
He could get dragged into court to explain why he accepted this asset when he knew Brene was facing imminent debt collection.
Yeah.
This simple act of buying equipment becomes a high-risk.
I got y'all. I see it.
Okay, let's move to action two, which you asked about earlier. Shifting her income generation away from her own platforms and associating it with Timothy's Twitch stream.
If we connect this to the bigger picture, this is a highly sophisticated, very modern attempt to hide future income.
Brene's platforms, TikTok, Instagram, they're known entities. The plaintiff knows where the money comes from.
By diverting brand deals and commissions to Timothy's Twitch platform, she's trying to make that money appear as if it belongs to a third party.
This sounds like a direct response to the problems the plaintiff had before. They struggled to get documents on her brand deals.
Now those deals are just going.
He said, I'll be there. I'm tech illiterate, Ms. Hurd said. You won't be after I'm done with you.
You're right.
It makes tracking and seizing the funds dramatically more complicated.
The sheriff in Wake County can seize a bank account in the name of Brene Montague.
But they are not equipped to.
Oh, Pink Bow. That's what I don't know if Laura, if you're still in here, baby, say you're in here. I used to run I still have it because I have all of my classes and all of my stuff there, but it was called the Elite Writers Academy, and I held weekly classes for my writers. But one of the things that I taught them how to do is write a book using their voice. And I actually have a course that's still online right now for that. It is the easiest way to do that. I barely use my fingers. Yep. I barely use my fingers when I write. I say what it is I want to say, and I'm able to get my books generated that way. So it is the easiest way.
Oh, Laura's over here. Yep, she on mine. She said, yeah, she on this side.
Yes.
Yep.
International commission payments.
Thank you.
Through a global streaming platform.
And then deposited into Timothy's separate business account. This is the central legal challenge of our digital age.
Creditors often have to file new discovery motions in other states or even other countries where the platform is legally based.
Or they file more motions for contempt against the debtor, demanding she turn over those documents.
Thank you, Ms.
It is a slow, expensive, frustrating process.
Brene's move to Twitch doesn't make the income impossible to seize, but it introduces massive jurisdictional friction and cost.
Oh, go for it.
Can you repeat that about what you just said about Tim, her trying to hide the money under his assets or what have you? I missed it.
Of course. That's a great question. And it's actually the most complex part of this case.
We were just saying that this move to Timothy's Twitch account is a very modern method of asset shielding.
Okay, right? Let's unpack this. Because it is directly related to the problem the creditor already had.
The problem is that the plaintiff struggled to get documentation about Brene's influence or income, like brand deals.
Now, instead of that money going to her established known platform,
thank you, Miss Toy. It's right in my bio.
Future revenue streams the brand deals and commissions so that they are routed through his Twitch business.
The goal is to make it look like his income. That cash is no longer easily linkable back to Brenay, the judgment debtor.
This immediately releases her own personal assets that are available to be levied upon by the sheriff to satisfy the $1.75 million judgment.
It's all about obscuring the source, which complicates the enforcement of the writ immensely.
The creditor would now have to go after Timothy's accounts, which requires new legal steps and increases the cost significantly for the creditor.
So she's weaponizing complexity to slow down the process and frustrate the creditor.
She knows the creditor is motivated, but she's forcing them to spend $5 in legal fees for every $1 they hope to collect.
Exactly. But here is the major weakness in that strategy, which we need to talk about now.
The court has already shown it's willing to sanction her for financial non-disclosure.
Yep.
Diverting income now only confirms to the judge that the pattern of evasion is continuing.
This makes new motions for contempt based on her failure to fully disclose her finances much more likely to succeed.
And the penalties for contempt, which can go up to jail time, are far more severe than just sanctions.
The court wants to see compliance. That prior willingness to impose sanctions is a huge warning sign here.
So what does this all mean for the $1.75 million judgment? Does shielding assets like this actually work in the long run?
No.
Especially against a creditor who has already won sanctions and is highly motivated, like Akira?
The answer is emphatically no. It won't work to make the debt disappear.
But it does achieve the goal of delay and increasing the creditor's cost, which is the immediate pressure release valve for the debtor.
Trying to shield assets from a writ of execution like this, we found a great analogy for this in the document.
Thank you, Starlight.
It's like trying to pay a debt collector with an empty wallet.
Appreciate you.
While you're secretly routing all your future paychecks into a partner's brand new, fully stocked safe deposit box.
That analogy perfectly captures the frustration, doesn't it?
Yeah, like when the CEO said, come on, 49 likes.
Right. But the debt
49K.
remains. The judgment is secured.
Ooh, you 49? Oh,
She's
50?
saying, let's push it.
Has an arsenal of
Come
legal
on, y'all
options.
tap.
They can file new lawsuits targeting the transfers to Timothy, arguing fraudulent conveyance.
They can also file more contempt motions against Brene, using this new Twitch activity as proof of continued evasion.
And the court is already sympathetic to the creditor's situation, given the history of non-disclosure about transfers to Timothy.
So the moment Brene brings Timothy into it as the recipient of the funds, she's basically just giving the creditor another door to knock on.
Another person to legally pursue. This is why we call the move to Twitch a legal trap for both of them.
The goal for the creditor shifts from just collecting a debt to proving that the entire financial setup is designed to evade a court order.
That's precisely right. You might delay the process, but the court eventually follows the money wherever it goes.
And that prior willingness of the court to compel discovery and impose sanctions is the single strongest indicator that future, more aggressive enforcement is coming.
And it will likely be successful. This has been a fascinating deep dive into the high stakes.
Okay, y'all. Thank you, Winner CEO. As we see, it's possible that she could try to do this, but it's too many eyes on her. It was just on my mind because, like I said, I don't know if y'all been looking at her snaps, but she's been doing a lot of push. Even in her snaps, she'll have in the bottom corner Tim Twitch. It's like she's putting all efforts to do that. Of course, we always knew he wanted to be famous. That was one of the reasons why I feel like he even looked at her. But the recent push for it, it's almost like she knows that she's not going to be able to get motion under her own account. And so to me, that's the next step. What y'all think?
You better be careful though, because if he get it up and running, I mean, anything is possible. If he get that thing up and running for real, what do he need her for? He will roll out and leave her looking crazy.
I'm not gonna. I have.
He don't pay her no mind now.
I know, but I have a headache trying to. Here's this thing, and I'm gonna say it. None of us know. Ugh, it's so bad to say. I feel like I want to throw up in my mouth.
I know what you're saying.
None of us know if he really likes her. Like that, I know most of it looked like he don't. 100%. We see how he ain't really want to hug her. We see all the body mechanics and all of that kind of stuff. But these people, most of us wouldn't even do half the things that they're doing. So we already talking about illogical people that don't make sense.
Right.
So that may be possible that he will leave once he's put up. But what if it's not? What if he really is willing to ride with her to the end, and then now she's trusting him to hide her money? That's what I want it to be about, because I don't know. I mean, it's quite possible that these gross people really like each other. Like, I'm not saying that it is or not. I'm just saying we don't know. We really don't know.
Right.
So, and I feel like she'll be willing to take a chance on it because she's in a hole. Short of getting a movie deal and
got her back to the wall. She gonna have to. Take her chances.
yeah, short of getting a movie deal, short of getting a book deal that's like a couple,
all
two,
that out.
million.
Yeah.
She's not getting out of it. She's not getting out of it.
Yeah, Miss Higgins said, I can never trust him. His track record is crazy.
Yeah, he's
Very
definitely horrible. He's horrible. You see it, but y'all, I write these kind of stories, and look what kind of people we're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Like there are men who said based off of how she was moving, they would have never even touched her.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like based off of how she was moving and how she don't want to keep house and all that, there were men he went in.
Ugh.
So, and we know we could say because of money, but he really went in like for the sake of risk it. Oh, I don't know. I don't know. All I'm saying is, I hear what you're saying. You're saying once he blow up, who needs her?
Yeah.
But that's in
I
the
think
future.
he's tolerating her now, but I don't know what feelings he may have had for her that may have been rekindled, when they just start jamming with each other. I just feel like it's not there right now. Like, I feel like he realized when he looked at her, he blew up his whole world.
Yeah, I'm sure he did too. But like even with the father, when he was talking with her on that, when they had, do y'all remember that time they was talking? They were, I think it was for their YouTube, and it came out like about their relationship, and then he said that he actually was saying like he wanted to be with her then, but the father didn't like her.
Yeah, back when they was 14 or whatever.
Like, what if
the father thought that she had Jesse spirit?
Yes.
Okay, now wait. So I got two comments. So the real Pingbo said that I think Tim likes her. If anything, she will get tired of him not getting tired of her.
I'm telling y'all. I know people don't want to hear it. I'm telling y'all, but I'm just asking you to be a writer. One of the reasons why I have been able to be a writer for over 20 years is seeing the other side of it. And what if these two people, as gross as they are, really do? I don't even want to say the word. I can't say the word because
you can't mouth it. You can't.
Yeah, I can't.
The vowel come up. Okay, so Kenneth said when he said he can tell someone he loves them and not mean it, baby, that was it. Now I ain't know he did that.
Yeah, he did. He said it. He tried to say it towards Akira. That's why he said it. But that's towards Akira. Even if so what people are saying, which a lot of us believe, is that it was definitely income based because Akira is going to ask you to pitch in. I need you to help me with these kids, so we can do that. But the way he blew up his life for this woman, even for like the way he did it, the way he didn't mind being videoed in the house, the way it's almost like, I can't say it, y'all. Y'all can't make me say it. But what if he really do love her? If he do? I'm telling you, like, so I can't go with the fact that he may leave her once his Twitch blow up because something is weird. It's almost like they found each other in a crazy place. It's money. I know it's money. I'm telling y'all, but even it ain't just that. It ain't just. Look how he did it, y'all. Look at how he did it. Akira would have took him back all the way up to him admitting that he was with her.
It's giving narcissist,
and he still was like, "I'm with her."
It's giving narcissist.
I'm just saying,
giving, It's giving narcissist, and I can't admit that I'm wrong.
I'm just saying, two gross people be together all the time.
That's true.
Like it's very possible. So the only reason why I'm bringing that up is not just to vouch for they love. You know that's not what I'm saying. Please, no, I can't stand this woman. And the reason why I can't stand her is not because of the whatever. I don't like bullies. And I hate the way that they dragged Akira, into this lifestyle when this was not what she wanted.
At all.
I'm only bringing that up because of what you said about, once his Twitch go up, then he may leave her. What if he don't? So now she's effectively said, I'm broke. Now his Twitch is going up and she's escaping this money. That's what I want Robin to focus on, which I believe she may have been doing already. Mm-hmm. Two diabolical people works. Yes, Maria? I'm just saying.
They can't be enjoying life right now or all this going on. I believe you, Kimberly.
No, they definitely not happy. Nobody, and that's the other thing. People think they happy. That ain't. We ain't talking about that. There's no way that they're happy.
Anyway.
We got stressed out. Folks was literally on Akira's side was stressed out leading up to the court date, and we can turn off the internet and then try to move on with our lives. They are involved, so I know that they're stressed. Nobody's happy, but that's not what we're talking about, y'all. What if these two monsters, maniacs, really found each other? Oh, I just don't want her to try to hide under Timmy's little twitch.
Yeah, that was my thing. That was my thing too. Like if that's possible, because I was hoping that because she bought that system for him after the judgment had been put upon her, that they would take it from, because you can't hide your money in gifts either. They would confiscate.
No, you can't. And we're gonna be watching because they showed us. But I feel like that was they think they smarter than people, but people like myself and Robin and all them, we're looking. This is why he went in court and said, I can't get a job. They found out about what happened and they fired me for the recent thing with the pew pew and all that.
Right.
He said that to set up, I need to make money off of Twitch. So what he's doing is connecting. That's why they showed us this is for Twitch. You know, they think they're the smartest people in the room. Yeah. They showed us, number one, because the rage bait us, first of all, but two, to show this is for Twitch. Because I'm making money, and it's not like
I can't keep no job. But that's your fault. You can't keep no job. All that's on y'all.
We understand. We're talking about what it is they're trying to do because they see what's coming. They're about to lose it all. She is done for. She cannot she can't even do an OF. It's gonna be people that's cruising the OFs just to see if they see her feet or any of it, honey. No, we know Brenay's feet. That's Brenay's
here's the thing too. Even with any of them that she try to do OF or any of these systems, they gotta pay you through some type of electronic whatever, and they already got her accounts on lock. You know what I mean?
So that would be that's my thing. Is it a system thing? Okay, so like for instance, if you say I'm making money and ding, you're making money, I gotta take this money because it automatically goes there like it do for child support. When I was getting child support for my son, he was in his 30s, all up to a couple of years ago. Because as soon as he got a job, ding, it took the money for child. So for child support, I know it does that. But what about a civil judgment? I don't think so. It's the creditors.
If they have a lien on the account, then it would stop it.
The lien on the account for the actual creditor. So if they knew she was on OF, then they could do something like that. But if they don't know, and this is what I'm talking about, they're showing her feet. She could be showing her feet. Any other things that
don't be on there. Don't be on there. They gonna find out. I don't got no OnlyFans, but people will sign up just to.
That's what I'm saying. It would have to be that. So it's not going to be automatic like it would be with child support.
I got it.
She definitely will be back at her mama's house. Okay,
and that's the state. Yeah.
So she can do that. We got to think about they think they the smartest people in the room. Is Timmy's Twitch is the next move?
So Beauty said Tim has child support in other court cases. Tim Twitch is not good. My honest opinion, Twitch is no. Yeah, but we thinking that he's dry over there. He's whack, but we're thinking that folks are gonna come over there because Brenay not gonna be in her. So
she's gonna
she's gonna appear over there a couple times,
2-3 times a week.
Yeah,
be over there.
And then that would get people going over there, even if it like T said, just to cuss him out. They will be over there.
Yes, Miss Netta's entire platform is people that cuss him out on a regular basis. They show up, shut your man face up. I mean, it just go on and on and on.
They was paying her super tax, like she say. They was paying her just to cuss her out. I say her because it's Miss Netta, but they was paying Joe just to cuss her out. So it's people that would do that. It was people that will do that.
Thank you, Keisha, baby.
Cuss Timmy out, or to try to get Brene and cuss her out. That still equals revenue.
So that's what I'm saying. Even us going over to the Snapchat with our faces like.
Yeah, that's why I don't.
She's still getting paid.
Mm-hmm.
Even if we go over Twitch to see how many times she show up, they're still getting paid. Mm-hmm. So that the chore becomes, and I ain't got to say it. Like people are going to be on her ass, on her neck for the rest of her life until they get old. until they get old. She would have to gray rock people so that
You have to have no social media footprint whatsoever, and then they still gonna run her out of North Carolina. If they
So
see
K
it.
Money said, we don't know yet. Tim might be going to jail. That's quite possible. The thing that is scaring everybody over here in the toy box, my first name Toy, the thing that's scaring us is we thought he was going to go on a recent date, and he had a continuance. I don't know what
January.
we don't understand why he was out. Like
First
when he came in, he should have been gone. Like nobody even understood why he was out. So I don't know what North Carolina doing, to be honest.
Yeah, I think they more lenient because it's open carry. You couldn't do all that in Maryland. You come to a federal courthouse with a pew pew. Oh, you in it? You know what I mean? Especially if they felt that it was used trying to be.
Thank you, Keisha.
Ooh,
What else is so
chicken.
cute? Oh, they so cute. Thank you.
Especially if they thought they was he was trying to use that to intimidate somebody, which they thought he was. That's why he got detained in the first place. Because if it was just a mistake, oh, we didn't know it was on me, I didn't know it was in the bag. Okay, you gonna get fined, you might get whatever, but you might get released, just like how Brenay was. She had an unsecured bond. He had a bond. They had to pay to get him out. He was detained because they said they thought he was a threatening thing. So I don't know why he was out.
So Winter CEO said it's because he was on probation. He's not on probation and his charges are misdemeanor. I actually thought he was on probation. That's what confused me before that last thing.
From the contempt of
Definitely
court, right?
Misdemeanor. Thank you, Keisha, baby. Somebody said, what did they comment? It says, do you think he will say it's Brene? Yes, that's exactly what he's saying. He's saying that it's hers.
It was hers, and he was carrying her bag.
That's exactly what he's saying.
Beauty said it's turmoil either way. Brene can't hold her real feelings. She said she took Tim in open court. Yeah, she do talk a little bit too much. She talk a little bit too much all the time. He is on probation, Marlisa said. Yeah.
Yeah, he's on. That was my thing. So, because he, if I'm not mistaken, he got on probation for that contempt case charge, where him and Akira got in trouble. Something happened in court, child. We didn't have eyes in there, but something happened in court, and they both had contempt charges. And to my understanding, that's when he wasn't supposed to be doing any of it at that point. His bond was a secured bond, similar to OR release on your own recognizance. That's what you mean?
So that's unsecured then. That's like Miss Higgins just said. She thought it was unsecured, like Brene's.
Yeah, so to my understanding, when that happened, he was not supposed to have no gun or any of that, which was why, which was why when he was in the range, people was like, what are y'all doing? But we know you can go there and just rent one, but I'm thinking you ain't supposed to be touching him at all.
And that's bad optics. Like, what are you doing? You know what I mean?
Right.
Really, what are you doing? To me, that's why I was like, I don't like it. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Like, what you doing?
Right. It was for the custody child agreement.
Yeah.
That custody child agreement. That apparently it got heated in there.
Yeah.
And Akira finally let loose, and then he let loose, and we saw both of their mug shots. But y'all know who we didn't see? The one time that she did go Brene, we didn't see Brene's. It's like her so terribly.
Yeah, because I think that's when they were saying she had a friend at the courthouse.
Yeah.
Yeah, supposedly somebody was looking out.
And then the last time they said she was apparently locked up, it was no make mention of all they did was say that she was taken in the back. But no, it was you couldn't find out if she was held for a day or nothing.
Thank you, Charlene. I appreciate that.
I hope the kids gonna have a good Christmas. Or the kids gonna eat.
Yeah, they're gonna eat. I said the same thing, Missy. Let it be. You say let it be in Chicago. Let it be in Maryland. No. Yeah. Maryland is not playing that. Let you not show up for traffic or all the little stunts they be pulling. Let you not show up here in Maryland.
Yeah, Jay Precious said her mother worked at the courthouse. And so that was what we were also hearing as far as about some judge that was involved. And that judge who was allegedly involved ended up not being involved in this case, in the alienation of affection case, because of something. Now, he claimed it was because he was up for re-election or something. Thank you, Nisha, baby. I appreciate that. It's so cute. He claimed it was up because he was up for re-election or something into that fact. But they believe it was some kind of relationship, which is why he wasn't involved. But yeah, it's like they were protecting her. like terribly, just very terribly, very
He
terribly.
got locked that out too quick. That's what I said.
Yeah, hell yeah,
He should have still been in there.
that's right.
Way too much.
All right, baby. So we will be back tomorrow, but tomorrow we're coming back at 2:00 p.m. So if you can join us, please join us. Tap on the way out. We're gonna be talking about a little bit of everything, some of the craziest stories you see on the internet. We definitely gonna be covering this again. And if y'all see something y'all want me to see, please tag it to me, DM me. Good night, Kristen. Please tag it to me.
All the likes, y'all, the shares.
Like on the way out.
All the gifts. Thanks for the follows. If you are not following us, please make sure you follow us. We do this every night. Good night, Lady B. We do this every night at 7. We will be here every night at 7. So tomorrow we come in at 2.
At 2:00 tomorrow.
Good night,
We're here Monday through Friday.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yep. Appreciate y'all. Thank you so much, y'all. Don't forget.
Thank you, Keisha.
Thank you. Ooh, thank you. Looks like I got some pops on the way out. Tracy. Thank you so much. I appreciate y'all.
Good night, everybody. Oh, thank you.
Kenya. Daily Heart Me. I love it.
Thank you. Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody. See y'all.